welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland and another crafty video. In today's video I am going to be trying out this mould for the first time. This is actually a skull pen pot and it was kindly gifted to me by Beebeecraft as part of their YouTube programme. If you stay tuned to the end of the video I will tell you more about the YouTube programme if you want to take part. But for now, I will link the unboxing video if you didn't see it because I got some other great goodies as well. I will also link the Beebeecraft website and I'll give you the direct link to this mould in case you want to go and get it as well. It looks super cute, it really does. And I don't think you need to use it just for pens, and I'll talk about that at the end as well. So, you will be pleased to hear I'm going to keep it simple today, so it shouldn't be a long video. I want to make this a glow-in-the-dark skull pen pot. Simple as that. It should hopefully be done in one pour, and yeah, hopefully I won't get it wrong like I normally do. I have measured it with water and it takes 200 mils, but I'm going to be adding a lot to the resin. So what I've done just now is I have got 100 mils heating up. I've got 50 mils of part A, 50 mils of part B. I'm using the Estoyo epoxy resin and I'm hoping it's going to be enough by the time I add all the bits to it, and if not I can just make up some more later. But I didn't want to make up too much because you just don't know how much space fillers are going to take up in your resin. But using fillers is a good way to save on resin as well. So like I said, the resin's heating up just now. I'm going to go get my gloves and mask on. I am going to get this resin mixed up and then I'll come back to you and let you know what I'm going to do. Right, here we go. I have mixed up my resin and I mixed it by hand because my Estoyo mixer ran out of charge. Anyway, you don't need to know that. What I'm going to do is I am going to add, it is a little bit bubbly just now, but it will degas while I'm adding this, and because I'm going to be adding a lot of stuff to it, that will introduce bubbles anyway, so I'm just going to carry on. So I'm going to add some of this yellow luminous powder, glow in the dark, and I don't want to add too much of this because we've got other glow in the dark things going on. It's just to sort of tint the resin really. So like I said, I've never used this mould before. And I've never used these stones either, so it'll be interesting to see how it works out. You know what I'm like, I usually get some sort of fail, but we'll find out. I don't mind you seeing my fails because that's how we learn, isn't it? That is how we learn. So I'm just going to give this a good stir in. Sometimes these powders don't stir in quite as well as mica powders. You need to work at them a little bit more so you don't get clumps. But by the time I stir everything else in, it should be okay anyway. But you can see if you get any little lumps, just sort of pop them, push them against the side, and it usually crushes them and breaks the lump up. Although, to be honest, with the look that I'm going for, the sort of spooky glow-in-the-dark, little lumps of glow wouldn't be an issue really. That should do just now. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll add some of these first. Now, I know these look white, but they do glow in the dark. I did check with my torch. In fact, let me just do it again. Can you see? You might not see because I've got my ring light on, but they do glow. You see that? And these ones as well. I didn't actually check that the powder glows. Sure it will. No, you can't see it, it's too light, but trust me, I did check it. What I'll do now, I think I'll add some of the small drills first. I don't know how much I'm going to need of each, but I got these for Halloween things anyway, so I'll pour a fair amount in. That's about half of them, I think. Give it a mix. At the moment they're all wanting to stick to the silicone cup, so we might not get a lot of them actually in it. But oh, you can definitely see there's some there. Now I'm doing it all in one pour. I'm not sure whether to add a touch of glue or not to stop them all sinking. I don't think it will really matter because I'm going to be adding these, so I think the mixture will be really quite thick anyway. I could have added Epsom salts actually as well. No, I'll just stick with these. So I'm hoping it's going to be quite thick anyway, and we'll just see what we end up with, won't we? Pour a few in and then give it a stir. What I might do just now is I might actually add some to the bottom while it's still quite liquidy, to make sure that there's no little gaps or holes or anything. So I'll just give it a squish with isopropyl alcohol. And I'll give this a little pour. I don't want to do too much just now. Now, I am using a normal epoxy resin, and going to 200 mils like this, you could be risking a flash cure. But I'm hoping that because it is actually only 100 mils and it's got all the other bits in it, I'm hoping it's not going to cause a flash cure. We'll see. So I'm just giving it a wee roll around to make sure there's no areas missed, and I'll keep doing that as I go. In fact, what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to give it a little blast with the heat gun for any bubbles. Right, I'm going to go back to my mixture. Add more stones in. It's getting nice and thick. I've almost finished them. Right, I think I'll leave it at that. The tiny wee ones might get completely lost, but I just thought it might give it a bit of like texture and dimension, having different sizes. Maybe not, we'll find out. This is how we learn, isn't it? I'm quite happy for you to learn with me. See them all sticking to the stirrer. Get in there. Right, let's have another pour. Right, that's up to the eyes just now, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to give it a little squish and a squeeze, as you do, and a little roll about. Make sure, because this is actually a geometric shape, like it's, I don't know if you would say geometric, it's faceted maybe, I don't know. It's all funny angles, so there's plenty of places for little bubbles to get caught, little air bubbles. So I'm just giving it a little swirl around, a little dunt. I'll let it I'll let it settle for a little minute. I'll let it sit for a wee minute, let some of the bubbles rise to the top, and then I'll hit it with my heat gun again. I see some stubborn bubbles there, so I'm going to use this to get them out, and I think I might actually go right round the bottom. Just to make sure. I'm probably adding more bubbles. That's feeling quite hot. Mind you, I did have the heat gun on it. I thought I was getting a flash cure there. I maybe better stop with the heat gun. I'll give it a quick spritz. The alcohol is good for bursting little bubbles. Right, I'm going to go ahead now and carry on pouring. I might have enough, you know. I might not. Look at all the little tiny drills stuck in there. So yeah, it's maybe not a good idea to add them into resin, because they seem to like the silicone. But that's okay. Once it's all dried, I'll use them for something. Once it's cured. Right, let me scrape what's left. So as you can see, we're not going to have enough, but I wasn't too far away. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I'm literally just scraping what's left in the mixing jug. There's a lot of the glow powder down the bottom there as well. Yeah, you can see there's a whole lot of the little drills there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it off just now. I'm going to make up just another wee drop resin, not too much. And I think I might actually just pour it in clear. And it might give some nice sort of, I don't know, it might sort of interfere with the glow some of the way around and give it a nice look. I don't know, we'll see, we shall see. But yeah, that is what I'm going to do at the moment. I will come back to you when I'm ready to do it. Right, I have actually mixed up 80 mils of just clear epoxy resin, the same resin. I know I'm not going to need all that, but I've got another project going on, so I thought it'd be as well just making it while I'm doing it. So I'm just going to pour some of this back in here, and I'll try to scrape up some of the, oh, a little bit of gold went in there, don't know where that came from. I will try to scrape up some of the little drills, and there is a little bit of the glow powder left, so we'll get what we can of all that. Yeah, the drills aren't for moving, that's fine. That is fine. Right, let's see if this is enough. I'm dripping, I'm dripping. Ah, it's not quite enough, I don't think. Let me just scrape it out. Do you know what I think that will do? I think that will do. It's not totally up to the top here, but that's fine. It should be okay. There's some little micro bubbles there, so let me give it a quick blast. Do you know what I might do? This bit here might look a little bit naked. Will I put another couple of rocks in? Where did they go? I might just put another couple of these in, so it's not looking too naked. We can't have a naked skull. I don't want them sticking up through the resin, so I will poke them down in a minute. They might all sink anyway, but at least we're trying. Down you go. Right, so now it's just going to be a case of babysitting this, and every now and again I will give it a little spritz and keep an eye on the bubbles and let it cure, and I will come back to you tomorrow. Good morning everyone, it is the next day, which means it's time to unmould, and it feels a little bit rough. I probably could put another layer of resin on there just so that it's not sharp, it's just you can feel there's little bits of the rocks sticking up there, and there is space, but I'm not going to bother. I'm too anxious to see what this is like. Remember, I've never made this mould before, so I don't know what it's going to look like or how easy it's going to be to get out of here. Oh, not bad. Oh, super duper easy. Oh, have I spoken too soon? No, that was fine. Right, let's have a look. Wait till I sort out my mould. Now remember, it was just a really simple thing that we did this time. We added some 1:1 epoxy resin, we had some glow-in-the-dark powder, some glow-in-the-dark rocks, and some glow-in-the-dark tiny little diamond painting drills. So let's see what this pencil pot or pen pot looks like. Ah, I like it. Now there are lots of little micro bubbles there, but I don't know if it is bubbles or if it's the powder. Remember I said it wasn't dissolving very well, but what's actually happened is all the little diamond painting drills have gone down to the bottom, which is now the top, and the rocks, surprisingly, didn't go to the bottom. I thought they would. I thought they would be heavy. So we've got this really cool effect where we have got the diamond painting drills there, then it's pretty clear with some floating diamond painting drills, and then we've got the layer of rocks. I wonder why that happened. If you know, let me know. Now, can you see the geometric shapes of the face. So we've got the eyes there, the nose and the mouth, and it is really cool. I've got a little bit of cleanup to do down here. It's a bit rough. I'm just going to get my deburring tool. Oh, I've got a bit of a rock there that is catching on. That'll do just now. I'll fix it properly later. And I'm going to put my UV lamp on and charge it up, and we will see if it glows. Right, it's only had about an hour. It's nice and dark in here because it's morning and it's very rainy. So I've got all my lights off. It's had about a minute charging up. I'm going to take the lamp off and let's see if we get a glow. Yay! Look at that! That is a brilliant glow. I like it. Yay! And it's glowing for ages. That was only about a minute. That's fab. Right, I'll put my lights back on. So, what do you think? There we go, a nice simple little project. I like this mould. It was really easy to use. You can see all the sort of geometric shapes through it. There's endless possibilities that you could do with this. Now, I did say at the beginning that I would tell you what one of my viewers suggested. So it's meant to be like a pen pot. I'll show you. I made some Halloween pens yesterday, so I'll put them in a minute and let you see in the photos at the end. But someone suggested putting herbs in it and it would look like hair. And I thought that would be a brilliant idea because the size there, it would be perfect for a little pot of herbs. But I don't do plants and herbs and things, so I've not got any. But if you get this mould, that would be a really good idea for it. Remember, the link for the mould and the Beebeecraft website is in the description of this video, as well as my 10% off discount code. Don't forget about that. You'll get 10% off your whole order. And I said at the beginning about the YouTube programme. If you've got 100 subscribers or more and would like to take part in the Beebeecraft YouTube programme, there's a link in the description. You just click that and fill in the details and someone will get back to you. And it is a brilliant programme. It really is. They let you choose products that they send to you for nothing so that you can make 3 videos, 1 unboxing and then 2 crafting ones, showing the products that you got. And yeah, that's all that they ask. Brilliant. So that's all in the description. I'm just wondering now, should I put like little black eyes in there, or should I just leave it plain? Is it clear enough it's a skull? Do I want to put facial features in? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Should I leave it as is, or should I put some like black marker or something to make big sort of black hollow eyes? Good question. Let me know. And like I said, this here you could easily smooth off with resin. I quite like the texture, to be honest, and it sits fine. So right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put some of the Halloween pens that I made in it. Oh yeah, you can definitely see some clumps of the glow powder sitting there, which I think is actually quite cool. Anyway, I'm going to put some of the pens in there and I'm going to take some photos and I will put them up at the very end. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Beebeecraft for gifting me this mould. And if you've enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up button. Talk to me in the comments below. Let me know, what do you think I should do? Should I fill in the details? Oh, I don't know. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I would love to have you on board and I will see you in our next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.